I'm going to show you a puzzle. Then a moment from one of my over-the-board battles. But first, I accidentally started a puzzle when I was preparing to go to my past puzzles. Show you my puzzle. So we're going to solve this puzzle, which I've already started. Bishop check, one logical move. Now I have two, what I feel reasonable moves. At first glance, I can sacrifice one of my horses, and then after pawn takes, I take my other horsey. King takes my bishop, my knight from g3 takes rook. Discover check. King has to move because there are two pieces attacking it. And from there, the only move would be g8. I check. You have to take. And I go there. You're trapped. Which is why I need that to not. I need that square to be covered so you don't have an escape. Therefore, I have to take the pawn, right? But then that forces your rook to take. Then I check. Then you take. Then I discover, same concept. Then you go there. Then I check you. Then you have to take my horsey. Then I check you. And your rook is there. Isn't chess pretty? Woo! He must not have a lot going for him. He gets that excited over puzzles. Kind of, sort of. I really like chess. I'm only 29, so I can always turn my love life to other things around. My other puzzle. Hey, no, I have a puppy who loves me lots, and she helps me with puzzles. Is that Jane? Only if my dog's a grandmaster. She might be. That was the game I want to show. Ma'am. And then, of course, I got that pulled up. But I'm saving this for after I do my morning. Well, for me, it's morning. I Uber drive at night sometimes. For after my morning routine, because I don't want to burn my brain trying to follow what they're doing. Okay, I know I can get there. What's up, guys? My car looks too happy for a warrior. Puzzles. Where are my puzzles? This one was the one I wanted to show. First puzzle of the day always takes me a long time. I'm waking up. At a glance. I've already done it, so we'll play it, sure. Okay. So what we're saying is, a rook is more valuable than a bishop. So that is something to consider, I guess, especially if you're a beginner. Just to get in your head, if you can get a rook and only give up a bishop, that's fabulous. But really, I'd love to have that queen. So how can this might be wrong, which is why I need to befriend stronger chess players, because I don't want to give you bad advice. If you don't know what you're doing, and you're, I would say, either a very I don't want to say bad, just breaking into the intermediate ranks or a beginner still, it's not a terrible plan to just try to make your opponent move a major piece. And if you can't make a major piece move, is there anything you can do to make one of enemy's minor pieces move without, of course, jeopardizing your army or any advantage you have? And so I can make the queen move with bishop. But what does that accomplish? Because right now queen is protecting the knight. I'd love to have that knight for free. If I do that, it does nothing. Because then not only can the queen escape my, I'm just going to do it. Well, okay, gosh darn it. I want the analysis bar. I know the solution. I solved it. I'm trying to teach. Okay, what I was saying, you're just looking at candidate moves, and I'm doing this from a beginner perspective. I'm not a beginner. Okay, so there we go. And I love that. Realistic blunder, a realistic mistake. So not the correct move, but that does do what I mentioned, which is make the queen move, and not a terrible move. Queen, of course, wants to keep protecting that knight. Now, how do I attack that queen again now that it's moved? I have no way, because, and this is where you start kind of developing a thought process. I'd love to attack that queen again. How could I do it? Well, there's two squares I could attack the queen from with my knight. But if I go there, that doesn't work. So I would really love to have my knight go there. So how can I get that same thing to happen? Get that queen right there, but leave this square for my knight. Well, a4, as you saw, is the best move. I should really hide that. We don't want to have multiple things going on, kind of like in speaking. If you have a prop to demonstrate, make your speech more colorful, show it and then put it up. Don't sit there and wave it in people's faces. It'll distract them from your message. Okay, now if the queen wants to continue defending, which I believe was the best move, I don't understand how you wouldn't just want to give me your knight. Well, now we have what we wanted, which now the queen is threatened. It can go nowhere. Whatever it does, I'm winning. So if you see a good move, or what could be a good move, you see black's up 3. Look for a better move. See, it's not bad. You got a rook. And now it's only +1. But now you have nothing to pressure that knight. And white will be fighting for a draw. Which is why, again, the solution to this puzzle, as I am the puzzle master, is a4. And surely there's some other decent options here. Why would the queen want to go to a5? Just to teach? Because that's what we're forcing, or we're hoping, but that certainly wasn't the best move. That's what happened in the puzzle. Yeah, queen e2. But we won the knight, and now we're winning the game. Because the only option, maybe that's why they showed it in the puzzle. I haven't really researched how chess.com structures their puzzles, but I like them. The point is that prevents the queen from defending the knight. And nowhere the queen can go, because she's the most powerful piece, is going to attack anything we have of equal or more value. If there was a situation where the queen could attack, I don't know, just hypothetically, one of our pieces, now because our knight's there, or black queen could attack white's queen, well then that's fine, as long as our queen's protected. We would trade queens and then we would still win the night. It's great. As I was mentioning with chess.com's puzzles, I don't want to solve another puzzle. How can I do this without solving another puzzle? I will solve another, no, we're not going to solve another puzzle. I'll just say it. So chess.com's puzzles doesn't show, to my knowledge, there might be a way to turn it on. In my settings right now, I won't speak on behalf of their app. It doesn't show the plus minus, if you're up 2 or down, a piece, whatever, which I like, because otherwise I start wanting to guess the solution based on the material on the board. And that's not bad when you're playing, but to me, the point of a puzzle is simply to improve our vision and pattern recognition. So I like that they don't show the plus or minus for material. And now a brief moment from my over the board game, then I'll let you go. I am 0-2 to start April, and it's a little bit sad, but I played an 1804 enemy, which is the game I'm about to give an example from. And then I played a 1972 USCF enemy, which is way above what I should be playing. 1972 is getting very respectable. I mean, I would say masters would at least take a 1972 seriously. They shouldn't lose to a 1972, but that's not a joke chess player. And I'm rated like 1459. But what was disappointing is I did have the white pieces. I had chances in both these games, and my biggest takeaway is I'm not even going to worry about analyzing my openings over the board until I start managing my time better in live play against stronger opponents, because it doesn't matter if I don't give myself chances to think and calculate at the end, which is where I lost both these games. And I'm going to show you a mistake that, had I not made, the game could have really been different. So I made this move, which surprised the opponent at the time, in part probably because I'm not over 1500 yet. And I like that move a lot because it reveals my bishop. Also, if my bishop is going to get active, it's going to go this way. My pawn's blocking it. Okay, and then that's a fine move. And maybe I wanted to feel like a professional. Like, okay, I provoked his pawn to come forward. Now back we go. No, I just allowed the pawn to march, and I blocked my pawn. What I needed to do is knight h3. And anticipation is so important, which is why I play so much chess over the board and not as much online, so I could see all the positions and then try to simulate similar things in following games and make sure, even if I mess up the game, I mess up correcting my mistake. So now that allows several things, but mainly my F pawn to push and fight here so I don't get gobbled up. My bishop could move if it wanted to. It could even get to F3. And one of these knights is likely to end up on E4. And once one of those knights ends up on E4, I'm going to need to trade my knight for that knight. Let's say like what happened in the game, which is both those knights were really attacking and working together in the center. So it's fine. Trade off one of my knights. And then I will have this bishop to threaten it. Should I choose to push or should I have already pushed my F4? That way my bishop can come. That knight doesn't want to sit there, because if I do decide to take with my bishop, yeah, I lost my bishop pair, but I have this on F4, and I'm going to make you double your central pawns. And then you only have one pawn protecting your king, which is really going to limit what your bishop can do. And your other bishop's not even in the game yet. So the knight h3, I mean, eventually it's going to want to go here to f2. But most importantly, among a few other ideas, it's going to free up my f pawn to fight. Make a lot of improvements. It's the little things now that are becoming a pretty big deal because I'm playing stronger competition, as I mentioned. I hope you are getting out and playing some over the board. If you have a club in your area, if not, I don't know how to start a chess club. I wouldn't do it myself. Sounds like a lot of work. That's why I moved to St. Louis. But next time you are in St. Louis or any big city, I'm sure their chess club would welcome you. And if you don't have those options or time, online is still great.